Hey guys, it's Mandy. Today I want to talk about modeling scams and how I fell for it. I googled some agency names and one happened to pop up that was in Maryland. So I sent my pictures in. I got a reply back maybe the next day saying, hey, we want you to come in to meet with us. I went in for the interview. Everything went okay. And here's the part of the interview where they say that my pictures aren't good enough and I need to shoot with them only. Red flag number one. When an agency says that you have to shoot with their photographer, that is a scam. You said a shoot with him cost a total of $750. Like an idiot, I paid that $750 to shoot with him. The pictures were awful. They weren't even worth $7.50. Now during this photo shoot, I had to have a swimwear look. So during the shoot, I'm posing like this. So the rolls on my back kind of show. So the photographer, aka the owner of the company, which is another red flag, if the photographer is also the agent and the CEO, that is a huge problem. So he sees the rolls and he comments on it. So I asked him, what can I do to get rid of them? Now when I say what can I do to get rid of the rolls on my back, I'm meaning like lifting weights, going to the gym, anything natural to get rid of these rolls. There was another woman that ran the company with him. Now she was the second CEO of the company. So after the shoot, he tells me to go into her office so she can tell me what I can do about the rolls on my back. I go into her office and she hands me a pamphlet for liposuction. Liposuction. Now I was only 10 pounds heavier than what I am right now, but I really did not need liposuction. Maybe a membership to the gym, but not liposuction. Now the front runners of this agency that I went to were the video type girls, meaning they had plastic surgery all over. And this was the rise of the fake butt era. After she handed me the flyer and me giving her the side eye, I just left. Another thing that this modeling agency liked to do was to call you to the office to make it look like that they were working for you, but they really just were wasting your time. So a couple weeks after the photo shoot, they called me back in for a model evaluation. Now let me remind you that this agency was not down the street. This agency was actually 2 hours away from me, so I had to drive 2 hours just for them to waste my time. We weren't talking about jobs I could possibly get. We were just shooting the shit, and I did not have time for that or the gas money. This was also during the time where gas was almost $5 a gallon. Now they call me in for this model evaluation. I drive 2 hours to get there, and I wait in the lobby that they have, and they don't even remember calling me to come in. They don't even know why I'm there. After waiting 20 minutes in the lobby, the woman that ran the agency, or I'm sorry, helped run the agency, called me into her office. The meeting basically was her telling me that I need to invest in myself. If I want anybody to invest in me, I need to invest in myself. Thank you, but I invested in myself when I paid you that $750 for that bullshit photo shoot. After that model evaluation, I get called back again to the agency for model orientation. So on a Sunday, I drive to this model orientation and all the lights are off in the building. Now there was another girl there. She was underage. She was 15 years old, so she was there with her mom. So me, the girl, and her mom are sitting there for about 2 hours, and the mom had enough, and she kept calling the guy on the phone, leaving voicemail saying he was unprofessional or whatever. And I'm getting scared because I'm thinking that they took my money and ran. Nobody showed up for this thing. So I went home. No model orientation happened, and I get a call from one of his people again saying that model orientation was rescheduled for a future date. No apology, nobody even mentioned that he didn't show up. It's just, oh, now it's on this day. So I drive again, 2 more hours, sit there for an hour for it to start. This time we're let into the office for the orientation and the lights were on. Again, we are having this discussion for no reason. Actually, the things that were discussed during the model orientation could have been discussed during my model evaluation, and I could have saved money in gas. It was a complete waste of time. Again, this company wants you to keep coming into the office, making you think that they're doing something for you, but they're really just bullshitting. They're bullshitting you. So the model orientation starts, and this is their way of apologizing for not showing up for the last time. They say things happen, so just get used to it. As I look around to the other girls in the crowd. Now, as I'm looking around at the other girls in the crowd, please don't take this the wrong way. They did not look like models. I'm not saying that they were ugly. Models are at least 5'7", 5'8". Some of these girls weren't even 5 foot. Who are you gonna book them with? So another fee comes up that I have to pay, and it's $95 for an annual website fee, which now that I'm with actual agencies is pretty cheap yearly, because a lot of the agencies that I'm with, I'm paying at least $300, but I'm not paying out of pocket. That $300 is coming out of the jobs that I get from them. Nothing is coming out of my pocket. They actually are getting me work. So I paid this standard website fee of $95, and I was on the site for about 2 weeks, and then a malfunction happened with the server, and then me and other models were not up there anymore. It was just a blank website. So now I'm a little over $900 that I'm being screwed out of. So I called them and asked them what was the problem with the website, because I paid my money. And they said, oh, it will be up and fixed in no time. It was never fixed. So now it's time to order my comp cards. So they never asked me what my stats were. Stats are your bust, your waist, your hips. So they never asked me what my stats were. Also my shoe size, your dress size, and all that stuff that has to do with your sizes. They never asked me that. So how are you gonna put that on my comp card? Let me show you what a comp card actually looks like. This is my comp card. We got the front, my name on it. Then we have the back with the 2 pictures on it. And these are my stats, right? Your bust, waist, and all that stuff, and your shoe size or whatnot. All that, they didn't ask me. When it was time for me to order my comp cards, all the information was wrong. It said I was like 5'5", which I'm not, a 30-inch waist, which it's not. It said my shoe size was a 7, which it's not. So all this information was wrong. So they emailed this to me, but instead of them printing out an actual comp card, they sent you out the layout, and you yourself had to go to Kinko's or some printing company to print it out yourself. So this was also a cost on you. I called them and let them know that all the information was totally wrong on it. I could not even go to castings or go-sees with this comp card. And they said they would fix it. They never did. Now here's the funniest part of this experience with this agency. So they call me and tell me that to go on this huge G-Unit clothing casting in New York. And they said that they have a close relationship with G-Unit. This was a lie. Pretty much all the New York urban agencies that I ran across all had close relationships with G-Unit. So the casting was at 2 p.m. In New York. I get there a little bit before 2 because I always like to go to my castings early. So I get there at 2, and for some reason they say call before you go in, or call when you get there, or something like that. So I call the office when I get there, and I'm like, hey, I'm here at the casting. They tell me not to go into the casting, but to wait until the photographer, aka the CEO, aka the agent, gets there, because he has such a close relationship with 50 Cent that it could help our chances. Alright, well, if it helps my chances, then I guess I have no choice but to wait. 3 o'clock comes, he doesn't come. 4 o'clock comes, he's not there yet. I call the office and I say, hey, this guy is not here yet. I need to go into this casting because it's almost over. No, just wait there. Wait till he gets there. It's better that he goes in there with you. I guess I'll wait. 5 o'clock comes. Here he comes rolling up with 3 other girls. Please tell me that these girls aren't the reason why you're 3 hours late. So they're all falling out the car, fixing themselves. Go into the casting. And the casting directors are all rolling their eyes at us because it's a long day. I understand. They want to go home. Long story short, I didn't get casted, but I definitely did call them the next day and asked to be terminated from that contract. And I never spoken to them again. Thank you guys for joining me today. Please let me know what you'd like me to do a video on next. If you have any modeling questions, please let me know. Thanks, guys.